The final Fridays of the high school season are here. Welcome into Fairway Forward Friday Night Hits. I'm Mark Whiteman. Thanks as always for joining us. Region titles and playoff positioning up for grabs, including in 4A, where the classification's top-ranked Greenville Red Raiders went to Greenwood to play the 5th-ranked Eagles. Julia Morris with our game of the week.
Greenwood and Greenville battling it out for a region title on Friday night. Greenwood has not won an outright region title since 2012. Greenville last won an outright region championship in 2019. Can't ask for a better start than this if you're Greenville. Red Raiders' first play of the game, quarterback Prometheus Franklin hits Mazeo Bennett, and Bennett's gone. Red Raiders up 7-0 just 13 seconds into the game, and they led 7-3 at the end of the first. To the second now. After converting a 4th and 3, the Eagles' drive ends with quarterback Dalen Rapley keeping it himself for a score. Greenwood's up 9-7. Both teams scored touchdowns in the final minute of the second quarter. Greenwood's up 16-14 at the break. Rapley scores again just a few minutes into the third to extend the Eagles' lead. But Greenville gaining momentum. Kalik Holland punches it in. Red Raiders make the 2-point conversion afterwards. Greenwood only leads by a point heading into the fourth quarter. The Red Raiders start the fourth with an explosive play. Franklin to Elijah Kelly, who's wide open and cruises into the end zone. 72-yard score. Greenville's up 29-23. But Greenwood responds. V. Morton fighting through traffic into the end zone. Greenwood retakes the lead. Eagles up 30-29, and the Eagles defense making some big stops in the final minutes of the game. Greenwood wins the region title with a 30-29 victory.
I hope everybody had a great thrill tonight, because this was as good as it gets, and it was exciting.
Greenwood wraps up the regular season next Friday against Boiling Springs. Greenville hosts Eastside. At Greenwood High School, I'm Julia Morris, WYFF News 4 Sports.
Wow, what a game and what a win for Greenwood. Thank you, Julia. Got to give it up to Dixie. The Hornets won 3 games between 2019 and 2020, but they are 6-1 this go-around with a chance to win their region tonight at home against the defending state champion Southside Christian Sabres. SSC has won 15 straight, dating back to the beginning of last season. How about the defense? 6 wins, 5 shutouts, doing their thing against Dixie. That was Ja'Cory Martin in for the first score of the game for the Sabres. Next possession, Martin hitting Janvion Sherman on the halfback screen. Sherman exploding into the end zone for another untouched score. And Southside just pouring it on in this one. Martin into the end zone again. The Sabres doing their thing, and they win comfortably over Dixie on Friday night, 42-7, the final. Teal Hannah, steady as she goes. Jackets unbeaten, 8-0 this year. Stepping outside region play to see Burns. Rebels winners in 2 straight. First quarter, no score. Burns with the ball. Gabe Rogers to Elijah Barnes. How about that throw for the Rebels touchdown? They got an early lead, so here comes Hannah. Fletcher Cothran in for a little bunny score right there. The Jackets just so consistent at marching the ball down the field, matriculating their way down. Here's another short touchdown from Cameron Johnson, 4 yards out, and the Jackets' unbeaten season continues. They edge Burns 28-22. The best vibes in Abbeville. Panthers unbeaten, having a lot of points in a month, hosting 96 and getting the scoring started early. That's Jamarian Burton. Here's your medicine with that stiff arm. Panthers put points up first, and they'd put a lot more on the board in this one. How about a little bit more from Zay Rayford, the quarterback, around the outside, 34 yards for another Abbeville touchdown. And it's going to be Rayford again, another long run. Now, we didn't put this in the highlight, but we have to shout out Abbeville's Jeremiah Lomax. He had a pick 6 tonight for the 5th straight game. You heard that right. Panthers put away 96 early. Their 4th straight shutout, 55-0. Let's check in on a few scores. Chesney beating Blacksburg 34-14. Legion over Landrum 24-21. And it's Chapman, a thriller in overtime, edging Union County 38-35. Gaffney's unbeaten season continues 21-3. The Spartanburg Vikings have won 4 of their last 5, including region wins over Burns and Wade Hampton, traveling to see a Riverside team enjoying their best season in 14 years. Warriors wrapping up their regular season tonight, so it's senior night at Riverside, but it's the Vikings up big in the second half. Riverside's Chafee Stewart back to pass. But oh, big Cam Jackson getting in there for the Spartanburg sack. And here come the Vikings. Third quarter, Raheem Jeter, a dart to Andrew Danton. That gets all the way down to the 6-yard line. And from there, they would definitely punch it in. Jeter hitting Quay Moore on the quick little touchdown right there. 28-0 Spartanburg at that point, and they beat Riverside 35-7. Eyes on the Sky. Sky 4 over Carolina Academy. Winless Trojans hosting a Berea team looking to get over 500. Bulldogs up 8-6 in the second. Trojans in the red zone. Javius Burton efforting. Carolina couldn't finish the drive with points, though, despite how close they were. Berea ball now, still 8-6. Amaze Robinson, just a freshman, but kid's got game. From midfield, he's thinking 6, and oh, he's got it. The QB keeper goes a long way. And Berea, they've come a long way as well. 5-4 this season now after the 22-12 win over the Trojans. Woodmont and Malden, Mavs and Wildcats both still in the mix for a playoff spot. Picked this one up second quarter. Cats up 21-7, but after a huge kick return, Malden's Emery Watson looking for anything in particular? Nah, I'm just browsing. Malden slices into the lead, 21-14 now. And back with the ball again. Looking to tie this game up in the final minutes of the half. Here we go. It's David Scherer in at quarterback. He's rolling out and just winging it down the field. Juju Stewart, get up to get down. Impressive pick from number 3. This game would stay tight all the way through, but it's Malden getting the win over Woodmont, 38-28. A few more scores for you. Crescent over West Oak, 55-12. Westside beating Walhalla, 56-24. And at Southside, their unbeaten region streak continues, 34-14 over Palmetto. Woodruff over Broome, 49-42. The Dandelions running away with their 3A region, but the two teams trying to keep pace behind them, playing tonight in Piedmont with Wren hosting BHP. Winner with a huge leg up on making the postseason, Wren grad and former Clemson QB Kelly Bryant. Back with the Canes as a volunteer coach and had to like this throw from Gavin Owens. It's C.J. Willingham on the slant, but the Bears up 20-12. BHP right on back. Marquise Henderson, talk about breakaway speed. My goodness, that is a 50-yard jaunt. BHP extends their lead to 15. But hey, the Canes can make big plays too. Malachi Hill cleared for takeoff. Jets in for the Wren touchdown. A lot of scoring here, and it's the Hurricanes just edging the Bears. Thrilling win at home, 41-40. Clinton coming up just short of keeping their unbeaten season alive last week. The 7-1 Red Devils crossing the Saluda River to reach Emerald. Second half, Clinton up big. Bryson James down in front. A short 4-yard touchdown. Devils up 34-0 in the third. And that's going to be Ja'Cory Gary coming at you on the sweep. And he's got blockers. Gary's got a lane. And he's got eyes on the timeshare. Red Devils rebound from last week's hard-fought loss. They blanked the Vikings 47-0. We have reached halftime. Just a brief break for a water break. When we return, it's time to spotlight the Powdersville Patriots, aiming to keep their undefeated season alive at Blue Ridge. To get you set for that, it's mic'd up with Blue Ridge D-line coach Tank McKinney.
Bryce has a great job getting down here right here, though. Here we go. Here we go. He was good, correct? Sweep. Once he's flipped, let go of it, now he's not a threat, right?
Conduct on 16 after the play.
Sure. Use that rip.
Good play, because that's what he's talking about.
This is the game that got you all region last year, right? Hey, we got to do our thing, right? Do our talking with these right here.